Alright guys, this is an update from the lubricating the rear ends and the transmission. After doing a little more study on the internet, I finally discovered that there is another bearing right here. Axle bearing. I didn't count on that. I knew there was one on the outside, but I didn't count on one on the inside. And seeing this little hump right here, I'm speculating there is a bearing here. So the gears here in the middle are not going to get any of the oil in each one of these axles that I put in. But we're fixing to drill another hole right here to put lubricant into the chunk right there in the middle. And I got to do the back one too, back here. Okay. I am going to continue with the 1000, but I may up it later to something a little thicker because of the axle housing. How they're split and it leaks out. But I looked at a video the other day and I didn't notice a bearing on the inside. A bearing on the inside. I didn't notice it on his. But the one yesterday I looked at, because I kept wondering, why don't I see this fluid going from one hole that I drilled near the wheel to the other side? So with more study, I noticed that it may be a bearing, probably a bearing right here on each side of the chunk. Now I may have to drill a second hole where it lets the air out. But I was thinking some of the air may come out through that crack on the housing. Oh, just see it coming out right here? So it's full. is like giving your RC a shot. Yeah, I can see it drifting right there through that crack. Well, at least there's some down in there. Now once I get them all done, this is a little bit air conditioned tape. This is some sticky, strong tape that I'm going to put a piece over all the holes, and I believe that's going to hold it. I don't know if you noticed it the other day, but this stuff is fairly thin, but I figured it'd go up in there easier. It's kind of an experimental thing. But like I said, if I had to, I could drill another hole to help let the air out, and I could eventually go to some thicker stuff where it don't leak out of the cracks so easily. I'll keep you updates on this, how this plays out. If I ever have to break these axles down, I probably will put a little silicone along the edge before I put them back together to help seal them off. They should be sealed off anyhow. If you go down in water, water could seep up in there. But in my case, it's to help hold the oil in. And I may go for a little bit heavier oil. And also, like I did tie straps here, I could put some more tie straps a little closer here too to help on this. But there are screws, 4 screws I believe, in this housing here to help pull it together. But if you get a little oil, it cleans up real easy with just a little bit of alcohol. On a paper towel, just spray it. But I also wanted to share with you about the alcohol I use for cleaning up. This works real good at cleaning up. And it's just a 50% acetone of alcohol. You can get it at the drugstore or Dollar Tree. But yeah, it cleans it up real easy. And like I said, I may go with the thicker stuff eventually, and it may not leak, it won't leak out as fast. I may have to drill the hole a little bit bigger, and I may have to clip some of the tube off. And these are the tubes I've got. I got these online. I don't know what they call them, but there's a name and there's a number. But if I went with thicker oil, I may have to cut some of this tip here off, because it gets bigger as it goes around. If I cut a little bit of off, the thicker oil will come out there easier. But then at the same time, I'll have to drill a bigger hole to get it in there. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I think this is the easiest way to oil one than tearing it down once a bearing goes out. This may prevent a bearing going out. This may prevent water getting in your axles. So am I going to continue on this way? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I think this is the way to do it. Every time after a run, I'll clean it up, wash it up, and oil it. Ready for the next run. And it wipes right off. Now under the transmission here, the way this is made, the transmission where it touches right here, it leaks right here. And I don't know why it leaks there. But I may be able to seal that off where it don't leak too. But as the weather gets better, I'll be getting outside and running it. And I got a new way of cleaning these things. It's like a mini pressure washer. I'll have to show you in another video. And you know guys, even if it does, you know, it's going to leak out some, you could add a little oil each week, keep your gears lubricated. They should last a lot longer. So it's got a plus right there. Even though it leaks out some, at least you keep adding some in every week. Just, I don't know, a couple cc's or something of oil in the rear ends and in your transfer case in the front and your transmission in the middle. Then it kind of keeps it lubricated. But yeah, it's time to put it back together. And the magnets are on their way. I've been tracking them, and they're on their way. Trying to get all these wires on the driver's butt ain't easy. Alright, just like that, it's ready to go again. Keep up with me, and I'll keep you informed on how things are going. Talk to you later. Bye.
This is an emergency broadcast.